Gonna end up repeating myself. What's up, everybody? This is Elazer versus ByuN qualifying match for the ASUS ROG NA qualifier. If you're watching this on YouTube, because my Twitch chat's already asking, Wardy, is this going on YouTube? Well, it might just go on YouTube because, hey, it's ByuN, it's Elazer, it's TvZ, it's probably a good series. Then hello, YouTube. Make sure you subscribe, make sure you like, hashtag love you all, comment down below, beat the algorithm, all the YouTube things. Yes, 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 more. As we get into the game, let's actually get serious. Let's cast some StarCraft. Bottom right hand side, our red Zerg player from Argo Esports is Elazer. And the top left hand side, our blue Terran player is ByuN. He's had a good run in these qualifiers. He was in the winner bracket qualifying match, lost out to Parting. Had a decent run through the Korean server qualifier as well. And we'll see what he comes out with here. Try and dispatch Elazer to get himself through to the round of 16, the main event. That's what they're looking to qualify for here today, that main tournament. Now I've got an overload of Elazer starting to move up to the top left-hand side to get things going. As our hatch gassing pool comes underway, our barracks is coming through with the gas to follow, and it's going to be a marine opener from ByuN. Now, sometimes this marine opener into a reactor leads into a very quick 2-1-1, which is just a bit more aggressive than usual because you skip the Reaper, you have more Marines. We'll see if maybe that's the plan for ByuN, if there's something else planned here. But skipping the Reaper means no scouting across the map early. One Marine into factory is going to be the plan here initially. So never mind anything about a 2-1-1, at least not off of a initial setup. Well, yeah, I mean not like the most regular. It could be like a Hellion focus 2-1-1. But just one Marine here early, so ByuN not looking to scout. ByuN is going to take a second gas. And we'll see what else his plan is. Obviously, by skipping the Reaper, you're also 50 gas quicker at getting this factory up. Right? So, yeah. Basically kind of getting this factory up 50 gas faster, but giving up the scouting that you usually get, and that safety and the harassment. And I mean, you know, these Lings... Obviously, they don't have any harassment on them. No drone mining time lost. The Queen's going to get the creep tumor down immediately if it would like to. There is just no harassment here at all, as we're going to go straight into these two Hellions in a moment or two. So the factory drops down, and the first two Hellions on the way up. As we do have our starport on the way in the main base. Command center finishing. I'm really intrigued as to what comes off the starport then. What has this extra 50 gas saved from the Reaper all been about? What did you really want to get into here, ByuN? I suppose is my question. As two Hellions pop out, and we've got two more on the way as well. Starport, well, he cancelled for a moment. Oh, he's going to put Fusion Core down. That was one of my possibilities in my mind, but I didn't want to say it out loud. It was just, it was more of a guess, more than an educated guess or anything. Apart from the fact he did do this build against Dongregu on this map the other day in the Korean server qualifier, right? So he did go Fusion Core, he did go BC. Now we've seen a lot of the European Zergs have still been going for a few of these, as this is an important scout denial, a few of these European Zergs have still been going fast lair, fast spire. This Ling getting up here doesn't really reveal much just yet. An initial Banshee just for safety as the two Hellions come across. When they see no roaches, it's likely that Banshee will cancel to start the battlecruiser instead. Comes in here, sees the creep tumor, sees the Queen sitting there. And the Banshee, for the moment, is being kept, so ByuN's just going to let it finish. Just going to let that finish as the few Hellions join up down on the natural. A couple of SCVs are going to get going in the wall off as well. Now Elazer places a Baneling Nest, and this is good for ByuN because a Baneling Nest does not help Elazer stay safe against the battlecruiser. It might help if this turns into battlecruiser Hellbat, but that's obviously a different scenario here, as he loses the two Marines if the Lings come forward and save this Overlord. Now the lair on the way, so it's still a fairly quick lair. It's just a safe lair, and we'll see the BC coming through. But to me, it really says that Elazer is obviously a little bit unaware as to what's going on. He really thinks the possibility of a Hellbat attack is there. He doesn't really think BC. He just started out Spore Crawlers now as he prepares for the other things that could arrive. As in the end, by the way, that Banshee was cancelled and BC did just start up. There's the Stim Pack, and that's what I was expecting too after this one BC because, well, that's how he played it against DRG on this map the other day. The other day, he really messed up, though. He let the battle cruiser go down, and when the BC dies, you just really lose all control of the game. So ByuN really needs to make sure that his early game is on point. You cannot lose this BC. It must be kept alive. It must be kept working throughout the game. It's a huge part of the success for this build, as there's no spore crawler in the main base. Wow. You know, he started up as 2 spore crawlers, but he didn't start one in the main base, and that's going to be 3, 4 drones, maybe 5 if he gets this one on the gas still. 5 workers killed, and the BC barely taking any initial damage. Now goes out to the dead airspace. At the same time, we've got Hellions trying to say, hey, what's up? Well, they're going to run into Zerglings and honestly not have too great of a time themselves. But this BC is still full of HP and absolutely can get back in for even more drone kills. This is going to be seeing a transfusion on the Spore Crawler. The BC back to the main base. And just going to be going for a few extra drones. So already going for a couple of these. Gets one of them. Should be able to get another there. Oh, transfusion comes down. Oh my god, stop leaving the drones at low HP. Okay, gets 2 more. BC is not far from having its teleport. The mistake he made the other day is he went back in to fight Queens, mistimed it, and his teleport was ready at the second he died. So needs to just be careful with that as the Overseer coming in. Scouts the barracks, scouts the stim, and that is huge because that tells you exactly what you need to know in the sense of, okay, right, I'm not going to be in, you know, I'm not going to be up against Mechie, I'm up against Bio. That's the information you're really looking for. This BC should be able to get some more drones. He was hitting the extractor for a while, which is obviously wasted damage. There's more drones being targeted down. I mean, one queen just does not get the job done here. The other queen's on the way now. Obviously, you've got to teleport away if needed as the other queen shot. There is the teleport. He saved the BC, and this was a lot of drone damage done. So ByuN gets a lot achieved in the early stages with this BC opener. Going into 1-1 upgrades, we've got Marines streaming out the front. There is a cheeky little changeling here. Elazer just keeping an eye on what exactly is going on. And now ByuN's like, wait a second. And this is where this BC becomes very fun, because by keeping it alive, you can keep on putting it back onto the map again and again and again. And you can really look to find damage once more, and it really forces the Zerg to, you know, fall back and defend that battlecruiser a couple of times over. Otherwise you run into trouble. Hellbats kill the Zergling, and moving down the left-hand side, ByuN has a good group of Marines joining up with these Hellbats. It's actually a pretty scary first push. 1-1 against 0-0. BC is going to distract and take at least the Mutalisks away to the right-hand side initially, so there go the Mutas to the right. I mean, the BC already finds a queen anyway, and yeah, we'll probably find a Mutalisk or 2, honestly, as well. Here comes the fight at the front as some Banelings just aren't ready to go. Marines! Well, I honestly was not 100% sure about that. Baneling's still connecting on Hellbats, and these Marines will win out against the last few Lings. The BC over here just teleported back away. It now has 20 kills. How many mutas did he just kill with the battlecruiser? 2. Well, that's not bad at all. 2 queens, 2 mutas. I mean, that's not a bad set of attacks. There's still a Widow mine here. Elazer will split to set that off, and now we'll clean up the mines as ByuN didn't pull those back. He's now reinforcing down the left side. Upgrade lead will last another 20 seconds. Don't know if you take a fight before that is done for Elazer. So probably going to be equal upgrades in this fight. If anything, is going to be the first couple of seconds without upgrades for Elazer. He should be able to wait until his upgrades are done, though. He will actually have to give up a creep team or 2. Well, I guess that lets ByuN get split and set, right? Which is maybe problematic. ByuN with a lot of reinforcements at home, as right now he's kind of happy just pushing through creep spreads. There's a bottom left base. I mean, that's completely disconnected from everything Elazer is trying to work with here. So that's problematic as the BC goes to the right. The mutas know that, so they are already going across. But all of this is keeping Elazer at home. Elazer getting absolutely zero opportunity to be the aggressor. So those mutas not finding any options for themselves at all just yet. As now ByuN brings reinforcements across the map. And he's still keeping the creep spread pinned back pretty nicely. And this BC flies straight into mutas, but he should be able to kill 1 or 2 still. And then teleport out of here. Kills 1 now, Elazer micros, and yeah, 1 muta teleport away. But it keeps the mutas to the right side. You know, it keeps the mutas in a certain place. And that's part of the power of this. As Elazer tries to set up some burrowed banelings, unfortunately ByuN will scan ahead. Sees those burrowed banes. Burrowed banes also a unit which actually works much better when you're being aggressive, because then you set the burrowed banes up on attack paths as you retreat. And that's when you really get those valuable connections that are so good. I'm worried that Elazer is not doing anything in the within the idea of actually going toward 2-2. He's not started that yet. I'm not sure. I don't know why he keeps burrowing 1 baneling instead of 2. You He obviously just did this on the bottom side as well. It's almost like he wants to just hurt the Marines but not kill them. Like, it's so weird. Very strange. Jimmy goes down with Omai, gets a decent shot. Actually wasn't so crazy at the end. I mean, now there's a couple Banes burrowed up here. I mean, again, you're going to force scans, but ByuN's like, well, I'll scan and I'll also get to see what I'm attacking into. It's not that bad of a scenario, right? Oh, no, I don't really think so either. Now this BC goes around the right side. Meters are going to get in on top of it. He's going to find this BC. Teleport is good once again. ByuN's still pushing this left side. He's got the right side working too. He scanned for the burrowed Bane, so this is big because now he's going to start denying this base. This base has just been useless for Elazer, by the way. I don't even know if he's got a hotkey to make units out of because, let's face it, they're just going to run straight into the bio, do nothing at all. Now, obviously, remember the big part of this here for ByuN is the fact that, well, oh my god, the Widow Mines are only just going off on the Overseers. If it wasn't for those Overseers, these mines were about to get some big connections. But yeah, ByuN is forced back. He's basically nullified this base the entire time, which means we've had a 4-base Elazer all this time, as ByuN now is on 4 bases of his own. Again, it's just been a ByuN game from the start so far. He's had it under control. This time he forgot to heal up the BC. 23 kills in this bad boy, and it might be making its final flight across the map here on Death Orb. But honestly, it feels like ByuN might be making his final push anyway. 36 army supply lead, as we do have the fight breaking out initially. A couple shots off. Yeah, the meters realize that BC is low HP. The Thor's getting hits on the meters, though, and that's multiple hits. The meters are going low. You see our hatchery in a lot of trouble here, and obviously you lose this right side. Well, now that bottom left side is basically somewhere you have to mine from, and you're having to mine from somewhere which is, well, not connected to any of your bases via creep or anything. I mean, Lings are running in, Marines are just, you know, stripping through everything. Health bars just don't exist on those Zerg units, and ByuN is going to take a game number 1. 2-2 against 1-1 in this final fight, helping it in the hands of ByuN, and he goes up 1-0. Top left-hand side, our red Zerg player. Give it up if you're cheering on Elazer. He is down a map in this qualifying match for ASUS ROG. Can he turn it around? That's the question. Definitely a little bit tough. As ByuN played a great first game. We'll see what happens game 2. Obviously, the BC opener, I think, was one of the big parts of that. Just BC opener was a huge success. Let's see what ByuN pulls out in the second game. ByuN, I think one of the fun things about ByuN is, well, at times he really does find a build that works, and then he does it, and he does it again and again. Since ByuN returned, he's actually been really good at just consistently pushing out fun builds, like again and again, like lots of fun stuff continuing to come through. So yeah, it's why for me ByuN's been so entertaining to watch lately. It's not like every single TvZ we watch of him, he does the same build 2-3 times in a row, and then he does it again next matchup. He has like a good mixture, and it, like I say, that just keeps the variety up. You know, I'm talking about why we talk so much about, or cast so much ByuN lately, but that is kind of why. And he's an exciting player. He's fun to follow. Reaper from ByuN heading up to the top left-hand side. And we'll see what the plan will be as a drone hides to the side. So he wants to take this forward hatchery early on in the game. Here he comes in. Ling's going to take some damage. The drone's here as well. I'm just going to be seeing the drones, the Lings going up against each other. A little bit of fighting here. Queen pops out, and that Reaper is going to get pushed back down the left-hand side. Okay, well, I mean, you get yourself 2 kills, you get yourself 2 lings, which is nice. The queen is going to turn back, and Creep Tumor initially was placed in a very safe position. You were never really going to get that with the Reaper. So, Creep Tumor is placed nicely. And we are just going to be seeing still this Reaper moving around here from beyond the queen coming forward and getting in onto that. There's a couple of Hellions about halfway done. The tech lab's coming up on the barracks. Our starport will be finished in a moment or so as well. Oh, ByuN's going to get real aggressive. Marauder on the way, so we're going to be seeing a Hellbat attack. If Elazer... Okay, so Elazer last game went Bane Nest for the safety. We'll see if he wants to go for the Baneling Nest again. That will be a very important part of being able to turn this attack around. If he skips the Bane Nest, if he goes Lair first... We'll find out in like the next 5 seconds, because that's typically when Elazer should be placed in that Bane Nest, if he's going to place a safety Baneling Nest down. As ByuN will be readying up the armory in a second. There it is. Concussive Shells sometimes joins in with this as well. The Viking, how to pick away at this Overlord. I mean, that might be a tell too, the fact he made a Viking. There's only a few builds that get a Viking nowadays. You know, like, I feel like you've got to be at least a bit suspicious as you do see the Baneling Nest going in. So, yeah, this Baneling Nest before Lair has been a thing because of the fact we've seen a lot of Terran players starting to mix it up and go into Hellbats to punish the faster Lair and stuff like that. As the Hellions continue down the bottom right. A Viking goes over to the left. So Viking all the way to the left-hand side. Our creep spread still pushing down. The Viking just looking for another kill. And at the very least, we'll put some damage onto an Overlord. It's actually kind of nice because these queens get brought to the left-hand side. So that's 2 queens which are not currently out the front ready to defend this. As lings are coming through, the Banes will have to morph in pretty much immediately here as they do come forward. 3 Marauders and a Marine. Why not, I guess. As there's the queens getting slow. This is awkward because this is a really good fight for ByuN right away. Catching a couple queens on their own initially, I mean, that's a fantastic start. We'll see how well the Banes can do. I honestly feel like there's not that many Banelings just yet. 4, 5. ByuN just needs to split these Hellbats. No! Well, that's not splitting the Hellbats at all. He picks up 2, 3 queens on the right side in the end then, and honestly, if those Hellbats had split, imagine he has like 2 or 3 more Hellbats still right now. Elazer's in so much trouble. Obviously, that is absolutely not the case. Yeah, I mean, that's just the little things you need to really perfect here. But yeah, all these Banes just walk in. Obviously, ByuN is looking elsewhere at that moment in time, and Elazer gets the boost that he needs. He gets the Bane connections that are going to save the day, and Elazer going to keep game number 2 alive for him right now. And his a Marauder and a few Hellions will unload to the main, so maybe potential to run in for some damage. I mean, there are drones ripe for the picking here. Gets a couple. We'll find a couple more, I'm sure. There's a lot that are like getting low now, and yeah, he's realizing, hello, there's nothing here to defend. And honestly, he missed. He clicked on a drone that was too far away there, so he derped out a little bit. He actually probably could have done even better than that. This poor Marauder gets sent just to its death. Didn't get lifted up by the medevac. Bane's actually busted in back across the map. So Bane's busted in here. 16, 17 SCVs going down. But wow, the Ling's just going crazy. So the Bane bust back on the other side from Elazer to get into this natural expansion. Well, now you've got 2 mules of ByuN coming down into the natural as well. The medevac comes in, heals up this Hellbat a little bit. Yeah, okay, ByuN's dead. You don't recover from that. You can't lose any SCVs. Didn't lose any SCVs. Maybe he's on a way to having some chance, some hopes and stuff, but yeah, absolutely not in this scenario. All right, well, looks like we're going to get to a game 3 in a few moments. We'll see just how long ByuN tries to hang on in for. Ooh, the Viking gets low, still doesn't fall, as we'll see the burrow building on the natural expansion. Yeah, Elazer really likes his burrow play. It's something that he really is very keen to go into every single ZVT, utilize those burrowed Banes. Medevacs, Hellions, Marines all continuing out with Ducey. I mean, I guess this kind of makes sense, right? Just what is almost like a 1-1 Hellbat all in. I mean, Elazer doesn't have Bane speed yet, so is there some hope? I mean, a small amount. You need a really good fight here, obviously, as ByuN. So it's not impossible. It's just obviously very unlikely, I would say, as you also kind of need to wait for 1-1, I think. Otherwise, you're just down an upgrade. If you're down an upgrade, you're definitely not going to win out in this. The first Banelings do okay. Things already picking off reinforcements, and, well, yeah, then there's definitely not going to be enough over here. A handful of Marines will not get the job done. And that is more or less going to be that. Elazer. I mean, Elazer just had the right calls, right? Made a good defense, and then he had a really... The bust idea was completely the correct call, too, because that was what put the nail in the coffin for ByuN. It said, no, you cannot really recover from this. Like, you might be able to harass your way back into the game. Not the case at all here, as Elazer says. He's going to bust through here again. I actually don't mind that idea. In fact, there's going to be enough Banes to crash into SCVs anyway. But it was going to open the door. Then you've got an attack on the left side to deal with. It gives him multiple options, and Elazer executes well to take game 2. Top right-hand side. He's tied it up. 1 map away from qualifying both players. This is what it comes down to. Our red Zerg, top right. This is Elazer. Defended early and counterattacked well to take that game number 2. But in the bottom left-hand side, we've got the blue Terran player. Let's hear it if you're cheering on ByuN. Alright, so gas pool opening from Elazer. Now, Elazer is actually always known as someone who will not shy away from playing aggressively, so to see him already going into this gas pool obviously sets up some ideas of what he might be looking for in this game. Ron's going to turn back around into this natural and put down the hatchery. Gets that set up as rally out down the bottom. Elazer with the Overlord coming through. Bowlings to start. Let's see exactly what Elazer does with this. ByuN is going to go no Reaper. And that's obviously quite scary. It depends. If he goes no Reaper and he ends up going into like the Banshee before he goes BC, I think that actually might be okay for him. To help him defend like a Roachling all-in. It's still going to be a lack of scouting, though, so whatever you do here needs to be naturally safe if you get all-in, because you're not going to get a chance to see what's coming. Let's see if he places the depot. There's the reactor. There's the expected Roach run, so Elazer clearly thinks that what ByuN is doing is obviously susceptible to a Roach all-in, and I don't disagree. I mean, it's as greedy as it gets. You know, you look at this, you have absolutely zero vision across the map. You have no idea it's coming. And I get the feeling that Elazer might have just picked his strategy to perfection right now as 2 Lings show up. This first SCV in trouble. He's going to take some more hits. Obviously, you really want to save this. Ooh. Oh, okay. He's actually building 2 more Marines. Well, that actually does help him quite a bit, as we'll see another SCV down the low ground. Now a Marine will come down here to contest. The extra Ling is already moving across the map. Ling speed's going to be done soon. Obviously, you've got to save this command center. 2 more Marines again. Tech Lab on the factory, and it kind of feels as though... Oh, ByuN, did he realize there was Ling speed there? He's going to see Ling speed now as these Lings run forward. Depot raises. Okay, ByuN's going to have a 1-base defense. What's he going to... He's just going to go straight at Banshee, or is he going to build a Cyclone? I think he's going to go straight to... Oh, he's going to make Medevac... No, oh, well, he's going to make Medevac Marauder, but now he's not. Roach is on the way, and he still doesn't know. That's kind of the problem. The Medevac, does that help at all here? Does that give you enough? No, he's kind of realizing it. He's seen it with the Hellion across the map, so now he's going to make the Banshee. Okay, Bunker starting up as well. I mean, the fact he's going to try and defend on 1 base is great and all, but then you've really only got one shot at defending. If this bunker goes down, if this wall breaks, this game is going to be troubled waters for you. There's only a couple of Ravagers, mind you, so not a lot of Ravagers. ByuN puts his barracks back onto the reactor, so looking for more Marines. The initial SCV here will go down, obviously, without being complete. Well, that Ravager's stuck. He's going to target down a Ravager already. That's kind of huge. SCVs will finish the bunker. Will the repair be there? It is, but the Corrosive Biles take it down. I mean, the big thing is that you buy a little bit of time, and now the Banshee's going to pop in a few moments. Elazer now loses another Ravager. Oh no, he loses it. He's going to lose a Roach as well. The SCVs are currently holding the depot. The Hellions still alive. Is going to put some good damage out onto the Zerglings as the Lasers going all or nothing to break this wall. ByuN is for the moment holding. He is starting to lose SCVs, so Elazer could maybe start a drone behind it. I think Elazer's also saying, like, you know, maybe if I keep making Lings, he doesn't have Hellions. Elazer doesn't make the break, and he does have to tap out. GG. I don't know if he had to leave the game right there. ByuN is just up on one base. I guess he's up against Cloak Banshees. He's got no... Don't get me wrong, right? I mean, you know, you look at this and you kind of see the... Hang on. You kind of see that, obviously, that he's on no third base, right? So there's a lot of negatives. Why is it going backwards so much? God damn it. Can we go back to here? So, obviously, Elazer's got no third base, right? So his economy is bad. He's going to have to build Spore Crawlers. He only has one Queen. It's just that all in. It's just extremely all in is kind of the problem. And when you don't break, I mean, he kills SCVs, but that's it. He also made a whole chunk of Lings before he made more drones. And then you're going to have the Banshees. Yeah, I mean... It's always rough. I'm not disagreeing with the GG. I do think he's in a very bad position. I just wonder if there's maybe any hope for him to hold on. You see right now it's just before he GGs, and it's like, you save a few units. Not really, is there? ByuN's going to go down low ground. Well, he's got no Hellions or anything. Yeah, but there's one base of saturation, and there's no freaking Spore Crawlers. And the Banshee's going to fly across the map. Brutal. Wow, good effort by ByuN. The one Hellion he sent across the map was actually really good. It scouted the reinforcing roaches, and so he built the bunker and he swapped to the Banshee. When it felt as though all was lost, it allowed him to get the setup that bought him time and made the defense. ByuN qualifies for ASUS ROG just like that. GG's.